Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Maxine here with Tink and I Treasures. Today we're going to be doing a little craft with me, and we're going to be using up some of our book pages that we've torn out of books to make altered books, or maybe you have an old book that you can tear pages out of. So yeah, we're just going to get started, and we're going to start off by making a master board. And I think I'm going to use, well, I'm going to try glue stick and see how that's going to work out for us. Wet glue just gets the paper too wrinkly, especially on something like this where you're doing a lot. So we're just going to put some glue and stick these things down, trying to keep the top even as much as possible. This can be any size you want it to be, or any size it ends up being. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. Getting some sticky on the back. All right, so let's go across here, and we'll put these ones down like this. I'm gonna build up a couple of layers. And here I'm just trying to keep the bottom edge lined up now. And this one is gonna go like that. I'm trying to keep the words going all the same direction, but I don't know that that's necessary. I mean, you can have the words going any which way you want to, really. There we go. Now we're going to do a little bit more glue on this layer. And we're going to try to overlap some of these seams. Hope everyone's doing well. Everyone is healthy in your family. It's a beautiful day here. Well, actually, I guess it's not. I looked out a little bit ago and it was a really pretty day, and now it was skies look a bit ominous. So we'll see what that brings. Well, I don't see, this one has a cut in it, so I don't want to use that. Just because we don't know where that's going to end up in the whole scheme of things. And go down here and do that. So this is a great way to make ephemera for your journals. Have it ready to go and use up paper, pages. So it's just a win-win all the way around, isn't it? So many things you can do with your pages. So we are the ultimate recyclers, I think. Ultimate recyclers. So I don't know about this. The glue stick, I think glue stick is going to be fine. You know, once we cut them to size, we'll probably have to re-glue some edges, depending on where the cut happened. But all in all, I think the glue stick is going to be a good idea for a glue, at least for this part of the project, just because, you know, the pages don't get so wet, you know, with layer upon layer of some other kind of glue. Now I'm just kind of putting these on randomly to overlap seams. Okay, that one. It's kind of thin. Uh-oh. We run out of those papers. Now I got some other book paper here. Well, let me see what I can find. Wait a minute. This is from, I think this is from a different book, but that's all right. That's all right. I've done a few altered books lately, so I have a lot of paper pages. But, you know, there's not too much that gets thrown away. All right. Make sure that's down a little bit better. Okay, now we want to turn it over. Well, I guess, you know, it doesn't really matter, right? One side is the same as the other side, so it doesn't really matter. But whichever side you want for your back. I have this lined paper that came out of a notepad. So I am going to layer the back with this paper. And then when we cut them out and make them into journaling cards or tags, we'll have this nice back, you know, for writing. You could also use coffee dyed or tea dyed paper and put on the back of this, or just plain copy paper. You're not going to need cardstock because we have several layers of paper here, so especially when this glue dries, it's going to be plenty sturdy. If you don't have any book pages, or you don't have a book that you want to tear pages out of, you can always use, again, just regular copy paper or coffee dyed paper. Tear this one, overlap that a little bit. Gets sticky. My fingers start to get sticky. Glue all over them. Oops, didn't want to get it down there. I'm going to hang that off the page. It doesn't have lines. Oh boy. Nope, that's too small. So we'll do another one here. This uses up a lot of your glue stick, so make sure you have a good full one or one in the wings, because this does go through the glue stick. You want to get it on there really good. You want to cover your page. really well. I like to use this card to just kind of smooth everything out. Get it down really well. It's amazing what these cards do. It really is. You think you have it down really good, but you take a card and roll over it, and you know, it kind of smooths out the glue. Let's see. That's not big enough. One more. A tear. If you've been watching my channel, then you know a little trick I did with this ruler. Yeah, this is just a plastic ruler, and instead of buying one of those expensive tear rulers that they have, and I was eyeballing them for a long time, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know. And and I got this from someone else. I don't remember who it was now, but they took a hot iron and they touched the edge of the iron along the edge of a plastic ruler, and it starts to melt the plastic just ever so slightly, and you can get this really cool edge from that. So yeah, I thought, oh, that's cool. I can do that. I have a metal ruler that I use, you know, if I need to cut something and I need to have a ruler down. I have a metal one for that. So this plastic one was expendable if it didn't work. But yeah, it worked out really well. I like how it, you know, I like the slight edge that it gives when tearing. It might not be as pronounced as some of those tear rulers. I'm not sure, but anyway. So there's the back, and here is the front. So we have a little bit of fixing to do. This is where, oops, everything's falling down. This is where I like to take my precision glue I can get underneath these things with, and just kind of do just a little bit of touch up here. We'll probably have to do some more once we cut these down to, you know, whatever sizes we want. But in the meantime, we'll get this. Ooh, we missed a big spot here, didn't we? Awesome. Okay, so now what we want to do is do some decorating to this. So you can use any number of things that you have. You could use, oops, sorry, a spray bottle with some coffee in it and spray it. Kind of give it a coffee dye look. This has some of that Mika, M-I-C-A, is that it? Powder in it, mixed with some water. It kind of gives a shimmer color to it. So that's fun. Let's see. We could take some, here we go, metallic paint. Let's get over here, get my water, and get a brush. Now, we don't want to get this too awful wet, but I've got some metallic paints here. They're watercolor. That's the label. They're classic metallics. That might, you may be able to see that better. So they're classic metallics. So there's kind of a bronze color, a rose gold, and 3 different gold colors, and then a silver. So we're just going to play around a little bit and see what we can come up with. I don't know how this might turn out. It might be good, it might be bad. In the end, it's just paper, right? So let's see. Let's go with, I don't know, this one? This, I don't know if I would recommend getting these paints or not. Pigment doesn't seem to be there, I don't know. So they have a lot of metallic watercolors these days, so if you have a brand of watercolor that you like, you might want to check and see if, if they carry metallics. I believe Daniel Smith does. Daniel Smith is good paint. I use M. Graham for my watercolors mostly. I don't think M. Graham has metallics, but they could now. I don't know. I haven't checked actually. I've had this set for a while. I just got it to, kind of play around with metallics. I wasn't really sure what I would be using it for. Kind of like the rose gold color. But yeah, you really gotta rub your brush in there a lot to get any kind of color out of it. Okay, so these pages are not watercolor paper, so anyway. So that was fun. And you can do all kinds of stuff here. You can actually do some watercolor painting. You could do leaves. Maybe we could do that, huh? Well, we can try. Okay, let's get the brush again and get out watercolor. You could also use, if you have watercolor pencils, I mean, you could give that a try. I don't know how that would turn out, but, you can give it a try. Let's see. Get this over. I forgot to make sure I was in screen. You need to remind me. So, well, let's see what happens here. So, we want this to be really loose. So, we're just gonna go like that. Let's see that. Oh, what do you think, huh? That. Okay. Let's see. Got a little bit of, what is this, Quin Gold. As you can see, I'm almost out of it. Use it a lot. I like that color. Let's grab some yellow, put in there. Okay. Get some leaves going here. Yeah, you don't need to fuss around with this a lot. Don't get fiddly with it. Just get it out there, nice and loose. Suggestion of leaves. And I almost put the brush in my cup of coffee. I have done that so many times, you would not believe it. And go back over some of these. A bit. Get some different color on there. More color. Yep. Some there. I'll go over here. Get some more paint. Trying to do leaf shapes. I don't know. Me or my brush. I'm just not. Oh, those aren't bad. I like that. You know, sometimes it's fun just to do something, you know, easy. Don't have to put a lot of thought into it, or, you know, just a bit of a play, really. It's a good way, you know, if you're stuck, you know, if you come into your craft room and you want to make something, you want to work on something, but you don't know what, you don't have anything particular in mind, or maybe you're just blocked, you know, just have a little creative block. Just start doing something like this. It's amazing how it will kind of loosen you up and get creative juices going, and you know, and in no time at all, maybe you're gonna start having ideas. Maybe you'll put this aside to come back to another day, and you'll get going on, you know, something else that came to your mind as you were doing this. You don't have to be an artist or anything like that to do this. Like I said, you know, if you don't have watercolors, you know, use acrylics if you have those, or watercolor pencils, or just, you know, whatever, any kind of paint that you might have on hand. Go ahead and use that. You know, it doesn't have to be watercolor. Use anything you have. That's what this is about today, is using what we have and using up, you know, pages, book pages or whatever. I'm gonna give this another squirt. Sometimes this stuff comes through really good, and sometimes it's like, why even bother? Okay, we've got a wet piece of paper here, so I'm going to get out my heat gun and give this a blast. So I'll bring you back when I've got it dry.